I'm trying to figure out how to do it, also because, as you can see, I can't see a damn thing. I would say that the ideal thing, and also the widest surface, is to place it like this, so that it covers as much surface area as possible. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Super My I1, and today we're going to modify that little doll over there. And by modify, I mean stuff that doesn't cost much. In particular, we're going to install these things here, which are multicolored LED lights, because I've always been a bit of a show-off. But beyond that, I've realized that they are really very convenient. They allow you to see where it's usually dark, and for those like me who have to travel a lot, maybe even at night, they're super handy, guys. But beyond that, I've realized that they are really very convenient, because they allow you to see where it's usually dark. And for those like me who have to travel a lot, maybe even at night, they're super handy, guys. It's pointless to say, yeah, well, the show-off aspect is there, but the car itself isn't bad at all. Just look at how cool it is. I put 5 years of my work into this, so write in the comments that it's beautiful. Please, at least that. Aside from that, very soon, we'll also make another tiny modification. We're going to change the alloy wheels because I've destroyed these due to the fact that I can't see well out of one eye, and the curbs are ridiculously high in this city. So as soon as you get close, it scratches everything off. And unfortunately, even though it doesn't look like it, they're really in bad shape. Just look at them. Car is messed up. Parents bent 2 wheels. I bent 1. Only left wheel is okay. Fixing costs 300 euros, replacing costs 500 euros. So I have 3 crooked circles. The only one that works is the one on the left. For now, I'm going around like this, but straightening them out costs me practically 300 euros. So I might as well put in another 200 euros and change them. But now let's move on to installing these, especially since I've been trying to avoid it for 2 weeks because it's a tough job. It's not difficult in itself, it's just that I'm a big guy. And this car is small, so I have to do everything on my knees, praying to be quick and cursing as little as possible. Guys, we're inside. And as you can very clearly see from this particular piece of wiring, which is indeed all cut up, I already had the lights, I had already installed them, and in fact, they're right down here. I had installed them even too well. I even managed to run all the wiring through the plastic. We should also do them with these. Unfortunately, in my bad luck, they cut them because underneath the seats there are these things, these guides, where the seat itself is. And going back and forth, when I took it to get washed, they cut them here. In the back, in fact, there were 2 lights in the front and 2 in the back. Unfortunately, I couldn't find LED lights that are just 2. So just in the front, and so why? Otherwise, I swear I would have bought them. Anyway, it's a car that has little space in the back, so you can see them, but relatively little, and then they always get in the way because there's no room for the feet, and they end up touching them. So I got these here, which are 4 in total, and they come in this package. But I'll install 2 on this side and 2 on that side. I won't install any in the back. Also, since I've already had 2 cut, that's enough for now because they're not expensive. For the love of God, they cost about 20 euros. But I don't see why we should change them every year if we can avoid them getting cut. Besides the fact that it's dangerous to go around with these cables attached and cut. And then the problem is installing them. I mean, look, I'm basically stuck in this car because I'm huge, so installing them is a hassle. They come with their 3M adhesive, which is obviously crap. In fact, they give you another spare one and we'll use this to install them, but we'll cut them on the fly if I can manage it somehow. Okay, we just need to remove it a little bit more. Now I managed to get it carefully and securely wedged under the plastic, under this plastic here. So let's disconnect and separate this. Okay, and we've gently detached our cable here. Just to be on the safe side, maybe let's double check just to be absolutely sure if it works properly first, right? Because it's important, otherwise it's all wasted effort. This is its power cable, which is obviously USB. In fact, I have a USB port and a 12-volt port in the middle of the armrest. Of course, we'll plug it into the USB port, even though I don't need the 12-volt right now. I'm just not using it at the moment. Then perhaps maybe I'll exchange it out with an adapter. But let's see and test it first of all. And now we'll plug it into the control unit. Like this. And voila, the lights work, and they work really, really well. I would say it's time to install them. So let's say the biggest problem is hiding this whole control unit here with the antenna. The antenna should ideally be positioned outside, ensuring optimal performance and allowing you to easily change the color settings as well as naturally turn them on and off using this device. So, in practice, I prefer to keep them set to a vibrant red hue and have them continuously on. Now, maybe let's leave them white anyway. It's time to install them. So I don't need the control unit. Then, of course, they also have effects like style, a bit like a Christmas tree, let's put it that way. And they also have a music function, so when they hear sounds, like when I'm talking or someone is singing, they sync to the rhythm. Well, it's not super precise. Actually, they should go to the rhythm of the bass, but let's say that for the 15 euros I paid for them, they are more than fine. The problem is hiding this control unit, but it's manageable with these side channels. This part of the car comes off. Pull it, and it likely comes off on yours too. It's a snap fit. We'll tuck the cables underneath, running. This part of the car actually comes off. You just need to pull it, and I think it probably comes off on yours too. It's just a snap fit and allows you to open everything up. So we'll tuck the cables in from underneath here, and they'll go all the way under those plastic panels, straight to the end where we'll connect 2 on this side and 2 on that side. So once we've separated our cables, we just need to run them through like this and snap them in place like this. Here's the entire route, and then once we get here. So once we have separated our cables, we will simply pass them like this and fit them inside like this. Here to follow the whole route then, once you arrive here, they'll simply go underneath and snap into place all the way down to the driver's footwell, and the same goes for the passenger seat. Okay, and the first part is done. While I'm talking, they're obviously working. Now all we have to do is close and put the air vents back in place. Now all we have to do is pull the lights up to the front. And believe me, it's a lot of work. Guys, I was thinking that to avoid them getting cut and to install them in the back as well, I could mount them either right here or even over there. It would be like this, but maybe it's better than nothing. I mean, I'd say the best thing is to snap them in here and stick them with double-sided tape. Of course, then here so that they don't bother either the seat or the passenger. It would be like this, but maybe it's better than nothing. I mean, I'd say the best thing is to snap them in here and stick them with double-sided tape, of course. Then here, so that they don't bother either the seat or the passenger. Let's thread the wire in as much as possible so that it's completely hidden. And now all that's left is to attach it as precisely as possible so that it doesn't bother anyone. So we do it like this, and one should be done now. Let's repeat the same procedure with the other hand. I'll show you because it's quite dark and you can't see, but fortunately the back part is fine. I'll show you everything at the end, and now let's move on to the front part. Once we've tucked our cables into the plastic. Up to here, we need to take it there, snap it in there, and then stick it down here once we get to this point. We need to put it in here and run it up there, perfect. Up to here, we need to take it there, snap it in there, and then stick it down here once we get to this point. We need to put it in here and run it up there, perfect. And the big part, guys, is done. And we also have enough wire to attach it properly. I'm trying to figure out how to do this, especially because you can see well, but I can't see a damn thing. I would say that the ideal thing, and also the widest surface, is to place it exactly like this. In this particular manner, so that it covers as much surface area as possible. We absolutely must not make a mistake, so we've reached the end. Yes, absolutely perfect. So starting from here, we need to get all the way over there like this. This is indeed and truly in every sense of it considered as being in its most correct position possible. Let's press it down very well indeed, with no messing around at all whatsoever, because these wires absolutely cannot come loose from here under any circumstances whatsoever. Luckily enough for us though, it reads quite well because this is where we press down hard on that brake pedal, which is really incredibly important overall when you think about safety measures involved here too. Let's make them a solid color choice such as red. Here it is. How does it look from down here? You can see clearly it's still daylight outside now. Guys, wait until it gets a little darker, and then I'll show you. In the meantime, let's reassemble here, close it up, and do the same operation. On the other side, let me show you that I'm indeed on the ground in a parking lot, kneeling to do this extremely challenging work, so it's certainly an extremely tough job. But this will be a truly wonderful job because the wires won't be in the way and it won't be dangerous at all for the driver. Absolutely.
It's all absolutely and completely perfectly hidden. There's truly no wire, there's really no cable anywhere. This, guys, is really great work. It took me a full 40 minutes.
Good, yes, for doing everything, filming, etc. But it's definitely worth it. I'll show you the final result when it gets a bit darker. Because right now it's a bit too early. What do you think?
Isn't it spectacular?
Is it worth it or not for 20 euros?
I would say that for the price, it's just about half an hour of work, and I would say it's definitely worth it.
The pity, especially if you drive at night and therefore if something falls, you can't find anything. Instead, this way it's super convenient.
I can guarantee that.
Besides that, you can also show off a bit with your friends.
Anyway, why not?
Give a bit of value to your car. The accessories in this car are all decorative, but it completely changes the look. This, for example, was black before.
These weren't here, they were all black.
And here at the door, this part here is really cool because it matches with this part. This wasn't here, it was all black leather. It was all added. This part here, these shiny parts with the 3M, so the double-sided tape. And besides that, we need to fix it. This is how it originally fell off because the 3M is old. Luckily, I bought it again. And now we're going to fix the flight. At least we're done for today, as the new rims will arrive soon and break easily. Unfortunately, the backlight is visible but not noticeable. I'm happy because there's not much space. But I'm still really happy because there's not much space. These were always in the middle of the boxes cutting my cables. This way, no one cuts anything, and I also have a bit of light in the back, which actually helps a lot at night because during the day you can't see it, but it does create a bit of shadow. Now let's stick this thing back in its place. We just need to put this 3M tape here and put it back there. There you go, we repositioned it. You can't even notice it. Now all that's left is to reattach it in its place. This is the finished result. Now it will dry so it will stick well. And if there's no friend who can't hit this hole here, it shouldn't come off. And if they drop it, I'll cut their fingers off. What do you think? Is it okay or not? Yes, I know it's not great, for God's sake. But aside from the fact that it's still not great outside, at night it looks good, especially if something falls there. You see it without any major issues, so I'd say it's pretty impressive. Why? And among all the colors, specifically red, I can change the color and set it to Moldiga's rhythm. Red is fine because I have red pliers. Forget that they damaged my car's half shaft to color calipers. The rest is in the alloy rims video. Subscribe and hit the bell to not miss it. Check the description for the LED lights link. And if you don't want to miss it, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell because it will be coming out very, very soon. Check the description too because I'll leave the link to these spectacular LED lights. I thank you, I say goodbye, and I'll see you next time. Hi!